Okay, so good day. This time we focus on the ISO 45001. This will be a migration period of this standard. Actually, that is ISO 45001 is the world's international standard for occupational health and safety issued to protect employees and visitors from work-related accident and diseases. So this standard certification was developed to mitigate any factors that can cause employees and businesses irreparable harm. So each standards are the result of great effort by a committee of health and safety management experts who look closely at a number of other approaches to system management like ISO 9001, ISO 14001 as what we discussed. Now, so in addition, ISO 45001 was designed to take other existing occupational health and safety standards such as OHSAS 18001 into account, as well as the ILO's labor standard, conventions, and safety guidelines, especially geared towards senior management. No, ISO 45001 has the ultimate goal of helping business provide a healthy and safe working environment for their employees and everyone else who visit the workplace. And this goal can be achieved by controlling factors that could potentially lead to injury, illness, and in extreme situation, even death. Now, as a result, ISO 45001 is concerned with mitigating any factors that are harmful or that pose a danger to workers' physical and or mental well-being. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay po, Doc. Good morning, Doc. Good morning, classmates. So my topic is about occupational health and safety management system. So let's define first what is occupational health and safety management system. So occupational health and safety OHS or OHS management systems are essential for creating safe and healthy work environments. So these comprehensive systems help organizations identify, assess, and control workplace hazards to protect employees and improve overall performance. So what are the importance of effective OHS management? So we have here number one, improve worker well-being. Number two, reduce costs. Number three, regulatory compliance. So number one, effective OHS management reduces the risk of workplace injuries and illnesses, leading to healthier, more productive employees. Number two, reduce costs. Proper OHS practices can be lower costs associated with accidents, lost productivity, and compliance issues. Number three, the regulatory compliance. OHS management systems help organizations comply with the relevant health and safety regulations guidelines. What are the key components of an OHS management system? Policy and commitment. Clear policies that outline the organization's OHS objectives and management's commitment to worker safety. Hazard identification and risk assessment processes for systematically identifying, analyzing, and evaluating workplace hazards and associated risks. Next is the operational controls, procedures, training, and equipment to mitigate identified risks and ensure safe work practices. So risk identification and assessment. We have here hazard identification. It is systematically review workplaces, the processes, and activities to identify potential sources of harm. Number two, the risk analysis. It evaluates the likelihood and potential severity of identified hazards to determine the level of risk. Number three, risk evaluation. Prioritize risks and decide which require further action based on the organization's tolerance level. So implementing OHS policies and procedures. We have here develop protocols, create and document procedures for safe work practices, emergency response, and incident reporting, assign responsibilities, clearly define OHS roles and accountabilities at all levels of the organizations. We have here also provide resources, It allocates sufficient human, financial, and material resources to support the OHS management system. Communicate effectively. It ensures OHS information is regularly shared with employees through training, signage, and other channels. So employee engagement and training. So we have here consultation, actively involve employees in the development and implementation of OHS initiatives. We also have training. Training provides comprehensive OHS training to equip employees with the knowledge and skills to work safely. Last is the recognition. Acknowledge and reward employees who demonstrate exemplary OHS practices and behaviors. Next is monitoring, evaluation, and continuous improvement. So number one, monitoring. Regularly collects and analyze data on the OHS performance indicators to identify trends and areas for improvement. Number two, the evaluation. The evaluation assess the effectiveness of the OH policies, procedures, and controls and identify opportunities to enhance the management system. Last is the continuous improvement. Implement corrective and preventative actions to address identified gaps and drive ongoing enhancement to the OHS program. Next is the regulatory compliance and certification. So regulatory compliance ensure the OHS management system meets all the applicable health and safety laws and regulations. We have also here certification. Seek the third-party certification to demonstrate the effectiveness of the OH management system to stakeholders. Last is the continuous improvement. Use the certification audits and feedbacks to identify areas for ongoing enhancement of the OHS program. So that's all po. So in summary po, OHS is very important since this is about the standard of a company. Like here in Tagum Cooperative po, we have practice also the OHS, the safety, the training, all the training of the employees, the about our assigned responsibilities. So our company provided us OHS for us to be able to be aware, and also for our own safety as an employees po. So that's all for my topic. Thank you po, Doc and classmates, for listening po.